git branch, git merge, stash. These are the concepts we discussed yesterday. Let me give a quick overview. Branching is nothing but which will help you create a virtual copies of your repositories so that it allows parallel development. It helps you have multiple releases. It helps you maintain different environments, versions, and so on. These are all the benefits of branching. And we have also learned how to merge the branches, right? With conflicts, without conflict. There might be a scenario where there will be no conflict, right? Or else there might be a conflict. We have also discussed that. And then we have discussed about stash, like to put some work on hold on temporary shelves, right? That's where stash comes in, means like unstaged changes, or else like stage changes. So I mean, untracked also you can do untracked changes. Also you can stash, like move them to some temporary shelves. In that again, we have seen different types of stash like stash pop, stash apply, and so on and so many. Right? Partial stash we have seen, dropping it, clearing it, all of that we have gone through. I hope you all have done some hands-on on it. Yeah, yesterday I could see, yes, you are all like majority of you at least trying the things, coming out with the questions, which is a good thing. Please keep up the same. Right. Also, there were a few more queries in the WhatsApp group as well. I'll answer them after this class today. So now let's begin with another concept called rebase. Right? What is this rebase? Like how to understand this? Yeah. How to implement this? Let's see. This is again a far advanced concept, and beginners are want to use this rebase, right? It's again not a one which you use regularly, right? But oh, you are seeing the document. Okay, one second. Mm, all right. So let's talk about the rebase. How to use this rebase, like how to implement this. Let's say to understand this clearly, let's take up a use case. Let's say there is a master branch. Okay, there were some commits in the master branch called commit A and commit B. Okay, there were two commits. Right, there were some commits in this branch. Now let's suppose we were making 1 minute. Hmm. Okay, there were some commits called commit A and commit B. So now another branch was made from master. Okay, it's called commit B2 branch. So obviously there will be commit A, commit B here. Agree this much, everyone? Correct? So
Yes.
this is how it works. Now, like parallelly development is happening. Let's suppose, yeah, after creating the branch, yes, parallelly development is happening in both the branches. Then let's say there is a commit called commit C on master. Similarly, there is a commit D on B2 branch. So yeah, that's how development is happening. Then at some later point of time, I realized that I want the changes in the master to be integrated into B2. I want to bring all the changes of the master branch into B2 branch after some time later. So what should I do? What is that called as integrating changes from one branch to
Merge.
another?
Merge.
Merging.
Merge, right? So rebase, okay, fine. I want to integrate the changes. Now, if I merge it, what would be the log history or the commit history of B2 branch?
It would be A, B, D, and C.
ABD, correct? It would be ABD because first the its own commits, then the commit from the master, which is C. This is how the log history or the commit history, the log of this. That's how the log of this in the B2 branch, right? This is the scenario when there were no conflicts, right? Give me 1 second, please. Yeah, so when there are no conflicts, this is the scenario, right? It would be like A, B, and DC. So there were no conflicts. This is how we merge. You might have noticed this. Always, whenever you are merging, new commits will be added into the current branch or into the destination branch, right? This is a new commit, commit C. Always new commits would be added as the latest commits or else the topmost commits into the current branch, into the destination branch. That's how it works. I believe you all might have noticed it. It will be added into the current branch, right? This is what happens. But what I want is I don't want any new commits added into the current branch just because of merging. We are merging it, right? Of course, the commits from master should come in here, but I don't want in this order. Rather, I would like the functionality is same. Yes, the what changes happened in master should come in here, but it should the log history or the commit history would be in this way. Means I want the log or the commit history to be rewritten, to be rearranged in such a way that it should show me linear development. What is meant by linear development and parallel development? See, parallel development means actually it's parallel development. Development is happening in master, development is happening on B2. Parallelly things are going on. But if that is the case, see if you notice the log history here, right? Some of the commits are from parent, this is from child, again this is from parent, which indicates parallel development. At a later point of time, I may not understand which commits are coming from which branch. So I would like to see them like all of them from parent, then the child. Means it's a linear fashion, right? First parent will be developed, then the child. So if you want this kind of linear, clean log history, right? That's where rebase comes in. This is actually rebase. Means what is rebase? Rebase is also a kind of merge. But which kind of merge it is? It is merge functionality wise same. It brings changes from one branch to another. But it would also rewrite the log history in such a way that it will show the linear development so that your log history will be clean and neat. If you want that kind of log history, you can do a rebase. Means what rebase does? It will rearrange the commit history in such a way that all the parent commits will be arranged initially, then the child commits. First, all the parent commits as per the timestamp. Then all the child commits as per the timestamp. Right? This is what is rebase. Means you are not adding a topmost commit into the current branch, just you are merging. Because it makes sense, right? When you are merging, why should it be added always as a topmost commit? Yeah, into the current branch. Because we did not made it there. But that's what happens when you merge. Additional commits will be created because you are merging, right? So this rebase will avoid that additional commit IDs when you're merging, and it will make your history clean. This is what is rebase. Like I said, it is also a kind of merge. This is far advanced because again in rebase there might be conflicts, there might be so many things happen. And the rebase, whichever I'm talking till now, is confined for local branches. This is the thumb rule. You should rebase only your changes in the local branches. Local branches means you haven't pushed them A to remote. You haven't pushed them to remote yet, right? So that why you should only rebase? Because see, if you push them to remote, if you are then rebasing again, you pull the changes, it may mess up the project. So the thumb rule is you rebase your local branches only, the local changes only, which are not yet pushed to remote. This is what is rebase. But there is also a rebase which we do on remote. That's a little bit different. That's called full with Rebase. Okay, we will also learn that once we start our remote. But for now, this is the Rebase. But this is very rarely or very less used for smaller projects and all. But the pull Rebase is the one which we mostly use. It was also the concept was similar, right? We will look into that once we start our remote. So this is the theoretical explanation for Rebase. So before we go to the hands-on, any questions now you can ask me. Any questions on this Rebase? Understood or any confusion, any questions?
Understood, but one doubt is there.
Hmm.
If it's totally depend on timestamp, right? As per
Hmm.
timestamp, it will arrange our commit history.
Hmm.
And second thing, in case of conflict, how it will work?
Conflict also same like merge, you have to resolve the conflict. That's there are again different types of Rebase and all. We don't need to go to that extent of conflicts for Rebase. But yeah, again there will be conflicts and almost similar.
Okay.
And Preeti, this is applicable to only the local branch and the parent branch which it is created, is it?
Yes, yeah.
Not
We'll
not
rebase
any,
from the
yeah,
yes,
not any other branches.
correct.
Right.
So while after merging, like after integrating the branches from master to B2, so it will not generate any commit ID like merge, right?
It will not generate a commit ID, correct. Rather, it will arrange the commit IDs. It will get the changes, integrate from master to B2, but it will not generate a new additional commit ID. Yes. So now let's go through the hands-on. Okay, so I'm on master branch. Just want to check the changes. Status, okay, let me commit everything. All changes. Okay, now let us see the log. See, there was a huge log. I just want to relate it to our diagram, our discussion, which we have done some time back with this one. Like master should have ABC. I mean, master should have AB, then we should create a branch. I want to go with this. Means I want to restrict or do this demo as per the diagrammatic representation with two commits. So let me clean up additional commits. Means I just want to get rid of all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 commits. I want this to be the topmost commit. How to do that?
Git reset --hard
Hmm,
the commit ID.
exactly. Yeah. So I'm just cleaning up everything else I have. So done. So the master should be having these two. Fine. Right, like as per the diagram, let's assume this is commit A, this is committee B. I want to make a branch now. Right, I would like to create a branch from master. So how to create a branch from master? What is the command?
Git branch.
Git branch
Branch.
B2 master, right? Git branch, the child branch name and the parent branch name. So this should create the branch. Let's run this. So B2 might have been created. We can check this way. Git branch B2 is there, but still we are on master, which is fine. On master, let's say now development is happening parallelly. I would like to make a commit on master. I'm creating a new file here called file3. Okay, git add. Git commit -a -m. on master. Okay, so done. If you want, let's see the log. Yes, it was the commit C made on. So yeah, master branch is ready with 3 commits. Now let us go to B2 branch. How to switch the branch? How to
Git,
go to B2?
Git checkout.
Checkout
Yeah,
branch name B2.
git checkout B2. Right, we were on B2 branch now. We came to B2 branch. Now what next? Yeah, see, if
Create
you
a
see
file.
on B2, there were only 2 files. Yeah, let us check the log. There will be only A and B, right? Like see
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
This A and B, we have 2 files we have. Now, yeah, parallelly development is happening. Let's say I just want to make here a file. Let's say file 4.txt. Okay, new file on B2. Okay, the same old story. What should we do? Add and commit like file 4, add it and commit on B2. Okay, that's the message I'm giving. Done. Now, if you check here, the log of B2, and this is the log of master. So as per the diagrammatic discussion, see, this is commit A, this is commit B. Then I made a branch. This is also commit A, commit B, we got in B2. Then development is happening parallelly. This is commit C on master. And this is commit D on B2. Exactly like we have seen here, right? Now I want to integrate this commit C into B2. So if I merge, right, additional, this would be added like a topmost commit ID. I mean, this will be added like a topmost one in B2 branch. But I don't want this. To understand and have more clarity, let me copy the log of B2. Okay, this is the log of B2. Okay, this is the log of B2. Like this is commit A, this is commit B, this is commit D. Now I want to do rebase. Like what would be the log history after rebase? Log history of B2. B2 after rebase. The commit C should come and sit in between B and D, right? This is B, this is D. It should be between these two. It should be added like a second commit, right? So shall we do the rebase now? Yeah, this commit from the master branch should come and sit in between these two. The order should be rewritten. Of course, this ID will be changed, but commit ID may change, but here the important part is the order, the commit history order, how it is rewritten. So let's see. On B2 branch, just do the command git rebase master. It says successfully rebased, and if you see you got the file 3, just check the log of B2. I'm on B2, so if I run git log one line, it will show the log of B2 only. Now, this is the log of B2 after, sorry, it's not copied. Okay, see, this is commit A, this is commit B, right? So this is the commit C, which came from master, and this is the commit D. Let me also bring the log of master. See, log of master will not be affected because we were rebasing B2 branch, not the master branch. For your better understanding, let me put the log of master as well. Log of master before rebase, after rebase also the same. See, this 810 D3 came and sit in here. It was not added like a topmost commit into the current branch. Rather, it was added here because like linear development, initially it was showing These are all the changes from parent branch. See, these three are coming from the parent. All these three from the parent branch, master branch, and this is from the child branch, current branch. Right? These are all from parent. Linear clean log history. Understood? Any questions?
Priti, as you said, when we merge the branch like from master to B2, you said ki the commit history, the commit ID of the master would be changed, but it is same now because no conflict occurs, right?
No, this will not be changed. This one, see, this one will be changed. Earlier, the log of a B2 is this one, right? Commit message is same, everything is same. But see, this got changed as 439575.
Why it is changed?
That's how rebase works. You are changing, you are merging the changes from master into this, right?
Yes.
This is no more the head. This is no more the head. Head is now pointing to another commit ID. The log history was rewritten. The order was rewritten. That's how rebase works.
So the topmost commit ID would be it will change.
Change, yeah, ID is changed. That's all. It was not adding a new commit ID, right? It was the same thing. If you see new commit ID is in this place, the ID got changed. That's all. A new additional commit ID is not added because you are just merging the changes. Otherwise, if you do normal merge, what would have happened? This would have happened above this one. Means this would have added above this one. Means new commit ID would be added into the current branch as a latest branch. But that's not happening. Got the difference, everyone? Any questions?
No, here.
No, clear.
In real
Alright.
time, any specific reason to go for the rebase instead of merge?
Only to have clean and linear log history. That's all. With this kind of rebase we have seen. Means the rebase we have seen is just only for rewriting the log history, keeping the log history clean. Like if you just don't rebase and keep on merging, your log history would be some changes from child, some from parent and all, right? But here everything initially from parent then the child. Clean, linear. At a later point of time also I can understand which commits are from parent and so on. A linear log history. That's the only advantage of this kind of rebase we were talking about. The same concept would be applied in a different way on remote when you are pull with rebase. Okay, that would be more beneficial. Otherwise, this the purpose of this kind of rebase is that's all, clean linear log history. The other, I mean, the purpose of pull with rebase is also similar to this, but it will help, it will avoid additional merges, additional merge IDs. That we will see when we are pulling from
Priti,
remote.
we do B2 after rebase, yeah, we have shown like, but what we do if like merging instead of use, if we do merging, so one more commit ID will be added on top of this, right? And the commit ID
See,
of
if you have merged, this would have happened into the current branch. That's all. This one from master will be added here. This is B2 log, right? This would have happened if you have merged. But because I have done rebase, it was added here. This ID got changed, that's all. But the order of the commits is the important part here.
and after merging, one more commit ID generated, no? You said.
Where is
There
it?
will be, you said no, there will be one more commit
When you
ID.
are pulling from remote, that happens. When you are merging, pulling from remote, you can see that. Additional commit ID means this one I'm talking about. It additional commit ID would be created, or else it would be added like a topmost. This is additional one only, right? It was added like a topmost one. Why should it be added logically as a topmost? It doesn't happen in the current branch recently, right? Logically speaking, this should not be here, right? So that's what rebase is taking care of. Got it?
Okay.
So this is about Rebase. Okay, practice this. And yeah, with this Rebase, we have done almost everything on local repositories. Like, yeah, we have learned whatever we have learned till now, almost 3 sessions, I think, 3 or 4, whatever. So everything was happening on the local, right?
See,
Now that we
I
have,
have, sorry to interrupt you. I have one more doubt.
Hmm.
Like in merging, after getting the branches from one branch to another branch, we have to commit it now. Like we have done the modifications.
Hmm.
So in the Rebase also, we have to do the like we have to do commit and all those things.
On remote,
No, on local.
on local, yeah, we have to commit, right?
Okay. So it, after committing, like it will generate a commit ID right now.
It will generate a commit ID, yes.
Okay.
See, a commit ID here just because of merging. I'm not talking about commit ID should not be generated. I'm talking about commit ID generating in the current branch just because you are merging. See, whenever you merge, this will be added into your branch, right? Ideally, whenever you merge, a new commit ID will be added into the current branch. Current branch, this is added means what is the meaning ideally? If the commit changes happened in this branch, but changes doesn't happen. It was because you integrated something from other branch. Correct or not? Please keep muted everyone if you don't have questions. Whoever answered this question understood what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, commits can happen. Yes, commits should happen. It's not that we should avoid commit IDs. Commits can happen. The purpose of commit is, okay, this is B2 branch, right? Yes, commits should happen whenever I make changes in B2, right? Or else whenever I merge, also those commits are also coming here. But why they should be added like a topmost? Of course, if you don't have any concern, if you want to show parallel development, that's fine. But in cases, if you want to put them as a linear development, because commit ID added here, tomorrow again I'll make changes here. So the log history would be parent, child, again parent, and so on. That kind of log history would be the one you will see. If you just want to keep it clean and see, put them in a linear fashion, then you go with a rebase. So that what happens, it will not show you commit IDs as a topmost commit IDs when you merge. Rather, it will show you in a sequence, in a linear fashion development, it will show you. That's all Rebase will do. Got it now?
Yes. Yeah. Good to go.
Yeah.
Preeti, like
Hmm.
if
Tell me. Yes, please.
if we don't do the rebase when we are in local, it will create major issues during the like remote, right?
Why
I
it
think
will? See,
mm,
you should rebase only the changes if they were local. Meaning, let's say B2 is already pushed to remote. It was there on remote also. Don't do rebase then.
okay,
Already pushed to remote branches, don't do rebase. They are confined for local branches in the sense, if they were not yet pushed to remote yet, then do the rebase.
right. Even the master, it is not pushed to
Anything
remote.
you
Right,
don't, just simple. I said local branches means anything else. No question of which branch and all.
right.
Any branches, local changes only you rebase. Already, okay, I pushed this, now I'm making some changes. Don't rebase that.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Priti, in what kind of scenario you use the rebase?
For smaller projects, if you want to maintain a clean log history, then you go for rebase. If you want to understand this at a later point of time, there is no concern of you don't want to see the parallel development in such cases. Generally, for smaller projects, we do. And this kind of rebase, which we have learned, we will do very rarely. Then which kind of rebase you will use? Like I am saying, there is another way you use rebase when you go for remote. That kind of rebase is the one we use. We will learn that as well. But this is the basic concept of implementation. So till now, whatever we have done from couple of days, everything is on local. Like we were still on our local, we were making so many changes here, right? We have taken two use cases. If you remember, I don't know whether you remember or not. I'm just showing you here. In the beginning, I told you, you can create local repository in two ways, right? The first thing is assume that it's a new project. Okay. Assume it's a new project. So there's nothing on remote. Okay, you can create local repository manually using Git in it, right? And develop the code base and push to remote. So this is what we get started with. So let us do this. Later, we'll also see the second use case, like already project is there on remote. You can copy from there and create a local repository. Okay, this is the second use case. We were working on still the first use case. Can you all recollect these things we discussed?
Yes.
So the first scenario we were talking about first, because it was a new project, there's nothing on remote. We have developed my project. Okay, my project is ready locally. Okay, now I want to push this to remote. So what is this remote repository? See this one. What is this remote? They were different services which can be used like a remote repositories. One of them is GitHub, Bitbucket, right? GitLab, all of them serves like a remote repositories. A remote repository means it can be shared with others, where a team can collaborate, where all the team members can host their changes there. So it means it's an online system, means it works on a browser, right? You have a good UI for GitHub and all of this. It runs on the browser. It's a service where you can host your local repositories like Git, SVN, any repository you can host. And if you know GitHub, you can work very easily on Bitbucket, GitLab, and vice versa, because they were all similar, right? Simple changes might be there, but the actual concept, everything would be similar, right? So I have experience with GitHub and Bitbucket as well. In some projects, I have used GitHub, and then currently I'm using Bitbucket. Whatever it is, like I said, they're all similar. So let's say we will be using GitHub here. Okay, so it's an online management system where you can host your local repositories, so that only once I push changes to remote, others can see my changes, like other team members can see my changes. Now, okay, fine, my local repository is ready. How to push the changes to this GitHub? So let's see, let's go to GitHub. It's like any Gmail or Facebook. Go to github.com and create a free account there. Right, this is your GitHub. Just create a free account. I already had it. Just it will ask for sign up with some email ID and password. Okay, you will get some username and password. That's all. Right, a free account, as simple as it. In 2 minutes you can create like any other accounts we do. Now once you log in, you will be seen an option called new repository. Okay, let me create a new repository to host my local, let's say repo1. Okay, or else let me say um, app repo1. Okay, so app repo1. I see it was saying, is that name available on GitHub? Yes, it's there. And also I'm going to create public. In companies, they'll create private repos. Only thing is you will have like access restrictions. That's all. I'm creating a public repository so anyone can access it. Yeah, if you want, you can create a default README, or else I'm just creating a empty repository. See, this you should create a repository here, because see, you want to push this local repository to remote, right? There should be a local remote repository, and it should have some address, right? Otherwise, where it will push? See, this is the address. Copy the address of your remote repository. Yeah, you have to push this local to remote means where you will push. It should have an address. It should have a location, right? So create an empty repository on remote. Now I want to connect this local to remote. How do you do that? Simply git remote add origin, that particular URL you got. Right? What is this origin? Origin is like a keyword or else an alias name. It's like a keyword or else like an alias name, which will hold the remote repository address. Means from next time, from now onwards, once after running this command, I will only refer this remote location as origin. Okay, I'll not use the entire URL. You may give any name to it. You may ask, can I give my repo or my URL? Yes, you can. But this is the standard practice. We give it as origin. Origin means remote repository location, remote repository address. So I'm connecting this local. See, I'm in local repository and I'm doing this. So it is saying like it's done. You can see here with the command git remote -v. -v means verbose, right? Can you see that? Yeah. So you can see this origin here. So origin is set, fine. Now what you can do, git push. I want to push my changes. Git push origin. Say I'll not refer the entire URL now. I'll refer it as origin. Git push origin master. See, for me, it was pushing, but when you are doing it for the first time, it will prompt for the credentials. Okay, it will ask for username and password. What username and password you should provide?
GitHub username and password.
So here is a catch. You should not provide these credentials. Of course, you can provide this username, but what would be the password? It's not just password. What you have to provide here is just go to settings, repositories, projects. Go to settings here. Okay, so you will see this. Then scroll down. Here you will see password and not password. Okay, go to developer settings. Okay, you should go to the developer settings. I'm showing you again here in the start menu. You should go to settings, and then in the settings you should go to developer settings again. Okay, in the developer settings, you will see personal access tokens, because now GitHub is accepting only these personal access tokens. It will not accept those user ID and passwords. Okay, so go to personal access tokens. You can go to fine grained or a classic, any token is fine. So here you have to create a token. I have already the tokens created, but you can just generate a new token, right? I'm just using the classic one. It will prompt for login as a confirmation. Okay, so now give some name to the token like my token or whatever, and how many days it should expire. You can keep no expiration also or whatever you want, and it will ask you what permissions this token can have. It can have permissions to repositories, everything, right? You can define the scope of their access. Okay, I would suggest you to go with the repositories, okay, and then generate the token. This token you will see only for the first time. Later on, you will never see it. So copy it and save it somewhere, right? If you lost it, that's all. You have to regenerate, you reuse one more, recreate one more. Okay, I'm deleting it for now because I have already a token. Okay, I don't need this. So what you should do whenever it prompts for password, you can give your username, this name you can give, or any name you can give, but token should be the one I have shown you. Then only you can push. Understood this? Because when you are doing hands-on, majority of you will get a question here. You will be maybe trying with a username and password, but this is the catch here.
So when
Clear?
it prompts the username and password, instead of password, we are giving the token.
Correct. Correct.
So
Instead of password.
every time we log in, like will it prompt?
Only for the first time it will ask you. Next time it will not ask you.
Okay.
What if you want to change later? Because next time it will not ask you,
Yeah.
isn't it? Here they will be stored in the credential store. Go to start menu and search for credential manager on Windows. Go to Windows credentials, see github.com. Right, they were modified in the here you can see. You can edit, you can remove, you can do anything. They were stored here. See, username, I have given my GitHub username. So that's why it's not prompting me next time onwards. Right? So if you want, you can edit from there. Now, finally, changes were pushed. Let's see the changes. Let's go back to repositories. And here, yeah, this is the one I just created 1 minute back. So if I see one branch is pushed master with all the 3 files, and it was showing the commit history, 3 commits. See the commit message, whatever I have given when I created the commit ID 810D3, everything you can see here. Understood? Any questions from anyone? So master branch is pushed. What if I want to push other branch? Git push origin. Origin means your remote repository, because I have created origin as alias or keyword to hold remote repository. Git push origin B1. Right now, if till now only one branch, but just refresh now. See, 2 branches were there, master and B1. If you want, you can choose this B1 branch. All the changes, all the commits of B1, everything is there. Right? Understood this, everyone? Any questions here? Simple push, git push origin, that's all.
Kriti, if suppose we want to push entire data, means entire branches at the same time, so there is any way?
Git push origin should work. Without mentioning the branch name, simply git push origin should work.
Okay.
And so, okay, fine, we have pushed our changes. But till now, we are creating branches, and we discussed that we can delete the branches. Shall we see deleting the branch now? Yeah. See, there were how many branches are there now?
3 branches.
3 branches. Let's suppose, okay, I'm done with the work. I want to delete a particular branch. What you can do? Git branch -d. I want to delete B1. You can't delete B2 now. You can't see, because I'm on B2. See here. Cannot delete B2. Check out and then delete. See, like a same story. You can't cut the branch on which you are sitting, right? Same similar logic, analogy you can draw. You can't delete the branch on which you are sitting. You have to check out, then delete B2. Otherwise, I'll try to delete something else. See, I'm trying to delete B1. See, it was giving you a warning. Branch B1 is not fully merged. What happens if you delete the branch if it is not merged? What is the challenge risk here?
Data will get lost, which is
Yeah, it will be data. The changes will be gone, right? It's not merged to something else, and you are deleting. You may be losing the changes. But still, okay, I'm fine. I don't want this branch. If you still want to delete, see capital D. It was suggesting you to use capital D if you still want to make sure delete this unmerged branch. Yes, I want to. So it says it is deleted. Check the branch list. See, only B2 and master were there. The branch is gone. This is what you can use the branch for temporary purpose. Once if you are done, if you don't need it, you can delete it. And also, if you come here, but B1 is still here. How come? I deleted it, right? See, we have deleted locally, not remote, Sorry. So whatever changes you do here are applicable for local only. By default, it doesn't happen on remote. Okay. So, okay, fine. I have deleted from remote. Sorry, I have deleted locally. I want to delete from remote as well. Yes, you can do that in multiple ways. One way you see here the branch list, and you can do delete from here. It's very simple. See, this UI is self-explanatory. Someone need not teach you. It just shows you everything simply. You want to rename it, you want to delete. Everything is visible. It's just the UI, right? UI would be always simple. You can delete from here. But let's delete from here as well. Isn't it? That's simple. Let's also do this. If you want to delete from remote as well, how to do that? Git push origin. You want to push that change to origin. What is that push? Delete B1. It should be deleted from remote. See, it says deleted. Let's see. Do you see that? Only one branch B1 is gone. Right? That's how you delete the branches. If required, you can delete them this way. Right?
So, Preeti, I have a
Mm.
question. This
Yes.
there is one scenario like I have created a branch and I made some changes and I
Mm.
pushed the changes to the repo. Okay,
Mm.
so my colleague wanted to. I'm doing some changes on my branches, like still after
Mm.
pushing also. My colleague wanted to access my branch. Will he be able to
Mm.
access?
You have pushed, right?
Yeah.
So yes, he will. He will.
Oh,
Yes. When you
so
push to remote, others can access it. Whoever added to that repo, they all can access it.
okay. So whatever I am doing on my local, they will not be able to see those changes.
Until you push them back.
Oh,
We will see, okay, we'll also see those scenarios. First, I'm showing you how to push, how to pull. We'll also see those scenarios on remote, okay? Yes, only the changes which you push, they'll see. Later on, you might be continuing work in local. Those changes, they'll not see until you again push.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah, if
Mm.
you create it in a private, they will access that thing.
Louder, please.
Yeah, when you create a branch in a private, so before you talk like public and private, when you create the repo,
Mm.
hello.
Yes, yes. You are talking about private
Yeah.
public repos. Okay, the repo is
Yeah,
private.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. When a repo in a private, so they if I made a changes, they will see other person can
Whoever
see that
has the
changes.
access. Private means anyone else cannot access. Whoever added to the repo can access.
Okay.
See, the difference between private and public repos on GitHub are functionality, everything is same. Only thing is public repo means I have created public. You all can access it. I didn't add you to the repo, but you still can, everyone can access it. You all can pull the code. Of course, you can't push, but you all can download that code, pull the code. Right?
Okay.
Of course, you cannot push. To push, you need permissions. But private repos means only the people who were added will have permissions.
Okay.
To push or to pull, even to pull, you others cannot pull if for private repos.
Okay.
Otherwise, everything else would be same. You are pushing changes means whatever you push only your team members will see, even though it's private.
Okay.
Don't compare private with local repos. I got your confusion. See, local repository is different. Okay, remote repository is different.
Okay.
In the remote, you will have public and private. Don't compare and confuse this private with this local. Okay, this is different, and either it is public or private, it's irrelevant to us. It works the same way how local repo works. Public is anyone in the world can download, can see the code. Private means only certain people will have access. That is the difference. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, now let us take up the second scenario. Till now, what we did, okay, I developed the project, I pushed the remote. But let's assume, okay, someone else already, it's old project, it's a project is on remote. I just want to copy and work on it. right? I joined the team today. Let's say it's a 6-year-old project. I joined the DevOps team today, or else maybe if you want to compare it with developer, yesterday as a developer, I joined today. I want to continue. I want to make some modifications, right? So how do I create local repository from an already existing remote repository? Correct? Let's see. Let us take some repository which is already existing. Okay, let us do one thing. I'm just creating one more, right? Like assume that it was an old repo here, okay? Old repo. For your better understanding, I'm giving such names, okay? Old repo. It's a quite old project. Already it's there. I'm just creating a new one because existing one I'm not using because like we'll have a confined files and you'll have a better understanding. And I'm creating a default readme. Assume like this, there will be some hundreds of files in this repo. Okay, we'll have only one single file now. But yeah, I'm just creating a repo with some file, with some code or DevOps config files, whatever it is. So this is the, let's say, quite old project, 6 months old, however old it is, we are not bothered. That's not the point. Okay. The point here is already it has got some code. See here it has created with main or master, whatever it is, fine. When you create it locally, it will be called like a master, or you may call it as a main. Anything is fine, the default branch. So, okay, fine. Repository is created. Okay, now, yeah, I joined this. Now I want to create some files and work on. So first, how do I make changes and all? First, get a copy. How do you do that? Go here and here. You will see the link again. Okay, come here. You should not clone into, I mean, you should not copy this. A repo one is already a local repository, right? You can't do this. Just come out of this. Now I am on desktop. Do you see that I am on desktop? Here what you will do is copy that remote and create a local by running the command git clone. What is the meaning? What is the dictionary meaning of clone? English meaning, dictionary meaning of cloning.
Image.
Copy.
Cloning. Cloning
Exact,
means
exact copy.
copying, right?
Yeah, as it
Yeah,
is
as
image.
it is, like a copying. So that's what I'm doing, git clone. See, it's cloning into, it will clone into a folder with this name, repository name. Now on the desktop, this folder might have been created, old repo, see, folder is created. Okay, now go to that folder, do ls -a, it should also show you. See, readme is there anyway. Like this, whatever files are there, it will get all those. Also .git. Git indicates now this old repo is also a local repository. Correct? I can
Yes.
open it in this Windows Explorer. Let me open it. See, like repo 2, yesterday I have created it with git init. Similarly, this one I got it by git clone. Whether you do git clone or git init, it will create a local repository. Git init means an empty local repository, and then you can make your changes there. Or else in some folder you can do git init and make it local repository. Or else git clone means it will copy a remote repository. Sorry, it will copy a remote repository, right, and create a local repository. Right, done. See, .git. So this is my local repository. Now again, I can make any changes here, push to remote. Again, it's like a local repository. Okay, like I joined the team today, right? It's my new project. I will clone this way. I got it to my local. Now I would like to make some changes here, right? Let's make some changes. And by the way, at this point, if you do git remote -v, see, already this remote is added as origin. You don't need to do it. To avoid confusion, I am showing you both the scenarios. Okay, this is the scenario where I have done git init and created local repo. Yes, when I do this, yes, .git is created, local repository is created, empty one. I made some changes, then push to remote. Then if I want to connect this to remote, what should I do? Git remote add origin command. Do you remember? I have to do this to connect it to remote. That's how this will be connected to remote. Okay, this one, how I got it by git clone. Correct? Git clone. So yes, local repository is created here also. But here you don't need to run this command. Whenever you did clone, already origin is added. Right? You are connected to remote already. You don't need to do remote add origin command. Origin is already set. Got the difference, everyone? Yes
Yes.
or no will help me. Any questions?
Yeah.
Anywhere you lost?
Suppose if I have multiple repos in my GitHub,
Mm.
so will it after cloning, like will it show all, like when here you are giving remote -v, right? It is showing one repo details only. I I pulled multiple repos, like will it show all?
I cloned. See, this is the folder. I did git clone here.
Okay.
Which repository I clone? Only one repository I have cloned here. I can clone only one. If I clone another, it will be separate folder, right?
Oh,
I may clone. I have multiple repos on remote. If I want to pull that, I'll do. Whenever I do clone, another directory will be created. This is local repository 2. This is local repository 1. Here, when you do remote, it will be connected to this remote. Here, if I do remote, it will be connected to that repo. Understood? Every repo, I have 10 repositories on remote. If I clone them, 10 different local repositories. Each repository is tied to that remote. Why to all remote? It is showing the same. It's not two. By the way, if you have taken it as two repos, it's not two repos. Same repo. It was just giving you like push and pull you can do. It was showing, that's all. Understood?
Yeah, and also every repository will have a branch and master, right?
Branch or a master or main. The default branch will be there.
Okay, for every repository.
Here it's main because it's created directly on remote. So now, yes, it was already connected. Fine. Now I would like to make, because it's after all another local repository. I would like to make.
Can we connect a single local repository to multiple remote repositories?
You can connect. This is local. This is connected to repo 1. I have to push to something else also. Like let's say I have demo repo. I want to push to another remote repository also. Then what you should do? You can have multiple origins. Then what I'll do, git remote add. I'll create one more origin. You can have any number. My new origin, some dummy URL. Okay, now if you see -v, yes, this is one repository. This is repository 1. This is repository. If you want to push here, git push my new origin. If you want to push to this origin, means the same local repo can be connected to multiple remote repositories this way. But by default, it will be attached to the one which you have cloned to. Got it?
Yeah.
So now that we are clear with the origins and remote, connecting to remote, let me create a file here. File1.txt. I have pushed this, this branch is on remote, but locally I'm creating. So it's after all a local repository, the same old story. Git add, git commit, -m on local. Right? So you have got 2 changes. Right? Now tell me, is this file1 available on remote?
No.
No,
It
it
will
won't
not be,
be.
definitely, it won't be. So what you should do?
We need to push that.
Git push origin main. It will not prompt for the credentials because only once it will do on your system. So done. Let's see. So again, it just works like a normal. Either you did with init or with clone. This is how it works. Right? Everyone is clear till this part, right? Now I would like to go with a few changes, few scenarios on remote, like changes across remote, local. Can I proceed now? Okay. See, okay, this is remote repository. This might be collaborated with multiple users. Like if you go to the settings of the project settings, admin or one person will have access to this where they can add users and all. There should be people, collaborators. In Bitbucket, it will be called like people, users and all. Here it's shown like this. See, public repository, this repository public and visible to everyone. You don't need to manage access, but if you want to add collaborators, you can do this. This way, how people will be added. For private repositories, it will show you more options, like restricting the people and all. But yeah, now it's a public one. Yeah. So let's say this is like multiple people are working on it, right? Let's say someone else have added some code here. What I can do is I can create another local repository and push here, assuming someone else did this, or else I'm creating from here. Okay, from the UI, I'm creating some files, assuming that someone else made some of those changes. Okay, commit the changes. Right? So file 2 was there. Do you see that? Right? So file 2 got added. Do you think I'm having this file local? Will I get this automatically? Yeah. Do I have those changes? So
No, will not.
definitely no. I have cloned it, but later on other people, other collaborators might be so other people might be adding their changes there. What if I want to get those changes? Correct? How to get those changes?
We need
That's
to
where comes git pull origin main. Right? Pull will pull the updates from remote to local. See here. I got this file too. Right? All the changes from remote. That's how you get the updates. Because see, I might have cloned it on, so let's say on July 1st. Okay, I have created a copy on July 1st. Now it is August 3rd. So many people, so many changes might have done. If I want to update my local with the changes on remote, you can use git pull origin. Right? Let's say I'm showing you one more time, like another scenario. Let's say, okay, there were some other changes happening here. What you can do is you can create another local repository on your system, push from there to here and pull them. That way also you can do. I'm creating from the UI. So again, there were some updates, right? If you want to pull the updates, what you do? Git pull, right? But there is also similar thing like git fetch origin main. What is this fetch? Yeah, let's see. File 3 is not there locally, so I have done git fetch. What is this? What it was saying? See, it was giving you some verbose saying that there were some updates on remote. But see, where is this file 3? I did not get the file 3. Yeah, then how to get those changes? Git pull origin. Then what is fetch command doing? Fetch command will just give you some verbose, or it will just tell you there were some updates on remote, that's all. But it will not merge those updates. See, pull is like a merge, isn't it? It's merging from remote repository to local. That's all. So these three commands looks and sound similar. These are important to understand the differences from the perspective of interview also. It's important. These are important interview questions as well. Particularly difference between pull and fetch. This is important. Also, I would say these three commands looks and sound similar, isn't it? Clone, pull, fetch. You have to understand and analyze the difference. What is a clone? What clone does?
as it is copy.
For the first time only, you do the clone. It will just copy from remote and create a local repository. exact copy. Pull is second time onwards. Any updates if you want to get, you will do pull. It will not allow clone next time. It will say already repository is cloned. Okay. What is fetch? To see the changes. It will just show you there were some updates. That's all. It will not much. Whereas it will show, pull will show the updates and it will actually merge those changes into local. Means pull can be considered as fetch plus merge. Merge means it will download the changes. It will get the changes to your local. Understood the difference now, everyone? You might be having questions like differences between fetch and merge. This clarity you all should have. Fetch will not do anything in action. Okay, we never use fetch. Just if you don't want to pull, just want to see the changes, you may do this. But
So Priti, when we use clone, it is cloning the repository or it is cloning the file?
Repository or
file?
Repository, no, never the files. Repository and the commits. And of course, whatever changes were there, it has readme was there, it has cloned, it got the readme file, right? Like that, whatever files are there, it will.
Okay, so after clone, when we pull, then whenever there is a new file created on remote, it will be pulled onto the local repository.
Correct. Yes. Yep. Okay.
And if I want to get only one file, is it possible?
Never. In local also, I told you, we never work with the files, commits, isn't it? It's not you create a file, you pull the file, you push the file. No, we push the files, pull the file, or commit the files. Okay, changes, that's all. Right?
Like commits, like pull also recorded, Priti? Can we?
No, pull will not
get
create a commit ID.
Okay.
But pull is like a merge, right? So whenever merge is happening, it will be added as a topmost commit. I'll show you that part. Now we are going to talk about this. Okay.
So Preeti, these things will be in show in a history or not?
Which history?
If we will try to
log history?
Yeah.
Yes, of course, those were also changes, right? Yeah. Whenever you are pulling, you will see these things I'll show you. Okay, we are taking up conflict scenario, merge scenario separately. I will talk about the commit history then.
Okay.
Just now I'm going to start in the next minute. Okay, fine. We understood push, pull. We understood the differences between them, cloning, pushing, and all. Now let's take up a scenario. This is a remote. Okay, let's say someone else is making some changes here. Let's say file4.txt, a file on remote. Okay, some dummy lines. If you want, you write some code, write some interesting scripts, whatever you want. Okay, there is some file4. Is this file available on local?
No.
Definitely no. Let's say, I don't know, I'm not bothered. So many people might be writing so many files changes on remote. Even I'm working on my local parallelly. Okay, so I am just making my changes. Git add, then git commit -a -m. Local repo. Okay, I'm done with my changes. Now I want to push my changes to remote. I'm not bothered like what changes were there on remote because so many people will be working on it. I have developed something, now I want to push to remote. So what is the command?
Git push origin.
Git push origin
Main.
So what happens if I do the push now?
Now it will conflict.
Why conflict? It's not same file.
Oh, file4 or file5. Okay, you have created file5.
Let's see. But now still will it allow me or what happens? See, this is very, very important step you should note. Let me show you. I'm trying to push my changes. Will it allow? Let's see. See, it rejected the changes. Why it was a different file? Here also it's a different file. Why it should do it? It's file 4. Locally it's a file 5. But why it rejected? See, whenever you get an error, anywhere, maybe it get tomorrow Docker, Kubernetes, first read the error. It will give you 80% clue if you read properly. This you should have it to troubleshoot the things. Okay, see rejected, failed to push some references. It failed to push here. Why? Updates were rejected because remote contains work that you do not have locally. Means remote is having some changes you do not have locally. See, imagine I told you push works like a merge, right? When you are merging, source should have the all the changes. Source should not be missing the changes which are there in destination, right? A similar kind of now not within the branches, it's within the repositories. I mean local and remote. See, updates were rejected because remote is having some work you do not have locally, meaning remote is having some changes called file 4. You don't have it locally. You don't have those updates which were there on remote. What it's saying, this is usually caused by another repo pushing. That's what I told you, right? They might be pushing from another local repo. Someone else might be pushing from their local repository. You may want to first integrate remote changes. The thumb rule is before you push, first you get the changes from remote. Update your local repository with the changes from remote. This is the thumb rule everyone should follow. You can't push directly. First, you should get the updates from remote. Means it should allow push. Means earlier it allowed, you may be asking, it allowed at that time because there were no updates on remote. It was like in sync, right? Your local repository should be always having the latest copy of remote. Maybe I might have cloned this on July 1st. Let's say I have cloned it on July 1st. Today I cloned 1 hour back. In 1 hour also so many changes were there. If I cloned it on 1st, so many changes might be there, right? You cannot directly push in this case. First get the latest copy of the remote. Keep your local always up to date with remote, right? You should do this. Then only you can push. That's what it was asking. Thumb rule. Before you push, first pull. Git pull origin.
Man.
Right? Git pull, it has pulled. Right? You got the changes. See? File 4, I got it. Now I have to push, right? But before that, check the log. Git log 1 line. See, you got this commit added because you are pulling. Do you see that? Of course, sorry, these two were added. Let me show you one more thing. There you will not see clearly. Here you should see. How many commits were there? 5 commits. So if I push, how many commits should be there on remote?
7.
So I got the pull, right? I got the pull, like I brought the changes. Now I want to push back, right? I want to push my changes, right? File 5 should be there. File 5 is not here. So now it should allow the push, see? It allowed the push. Now if you refresh, why 7 commits? Only 1 commit should be pushed, right? My commits I want to push is only the commit on file. Why 2 commits? After 5 it should be 6.
We integrated the remote report with the local now. So like we merged that. So it will also
Means
be the right
one additional commit ID because you are merging, right? This got pushed, this also got pushed.
Yes.
Understood, everyone? So
Yes.
whenever you are pushing to remote, 2 additional commits were pushed just because you are pushing, because merge happened there, right? Is it a good thing? Like, do you think, is this fine? I just want to push my changes. 1 commit should be there. Just because of merging, why were 2 commits added? Can we avoid this?
Yes, we can avoid it.
How to avoid this?
By using Rebase.
We can use pull with a rebase. Let me show you the scenario again from the beginning. Okay, there were some files. Someone else have created some changes here. File 6. Okay, here I am making my changes. File 7. Git commit -m LR. This is the commit actually I want to push. Okay, there were how many changes were there? Okay, let's see the history. Okay, 8 commits were there. Okay, fine. I made some changes. I want to push. So ideally, how many changes should be there?
Ideally, if we push right now, it will create a 9.
But
But it
one
will
should be
first
there, right? Ideally, how many should be there? I want to just push this LR, this commit ID. I want to push this commit. Okay, so I don't want to have additional commits. So what I can do, first I'll try to push, git to push origin main. Will it allow? What it will
It will
say?
throw the exception. It will throw the exception that
You
source is
should
not
pull.
having.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will throw an exception that you should pull. So okay, fine, I'll pull.
Can you
Git
just
pull.
do a pull? Deepti? Can you just do a git pull? Like, what is the difference between origin? Like, however, it is pulling all the changes, right? Like,
From where it will pull?
from the repo.
The repo address is in the origin keyword, right? What is origin?
Repo alias.
So you should tell which origin it should push. You can have multiple origins set. Git pull origin. If I do this, a merge commit ID will be created additionally, correct? Before that, let me show you the log as well. Git log one line. Okay. LR is the one topmost one. Now I would like to do the pull. If you do normal pull, an additional commit ID will be added because you are merging. I want to avoid this. So git pull origin main -r means pull with a rebase. So I have pulled it, but rebase. So check the log. See, do you see this was still there as a topmost one? It was not adding a merge commit ID. Do you see the difference between pull rebase and normal pull? Yeah. Now, if I do git push origin main 8 commits, there should be only 9 commits, not an unnecessary merge commit ID because you're merging. See, only 9 if you see the commit history. So this is the one push, that's it. Earlier, these two were being pushed. Got the difference, everyone? Because if you just normally pull, it will create this merge ID, merge commit ID local. When you are pushing, you are getting those two pushed. But to avoid those additional merges, you can pull with rebase.
So in real time, like using these comments without.
We can use pull rebase on remote. We were doing here, right? This rebase can be used to avoid those merge commit IDs.
Just to have a clear log, right?
Yes, unnecessary, avoid unnecessary commit IDs. 2 commit IDs just because you are merging.
But they will not harm anything if you use like either of them.
This will not harm anything. This is on remote only you can do. See, these are all advanced concepts and Git is a tool which needs rigorous practice. Okay, actually, strictly speaking, we don't use all of this in daily life, like day to day. We use push, pull, commit, add, commit, then push, pull, merging. Only these we'll use. Rebase, reset. We don't use this much. But still, I'm showing you everything from basics till advanced. So you can choose like first practice, get thorough on those concepts, then go through this, right? Tomorrow we shall talk about few more things on remote. That should finish Git. That will complete Git. Complete Git means Yes, we have learned it. How to integrate it that in the pipeline, that will be still there. CI/CD pipelines will pull the repos from the CI/CD. Those we'll talk about later once we start the pipelines by integrating with Jenkins and all. Any questions from anyone?
Preeti, I'm not sure if I missed, like, how did you create that alias, origin and that?
Git remote add origin command. Git remote add origin. 1 minute. I think that window was closed.
Hmm.
So the history is not there, but we did git remote add origin.
This
And
alias one time creation only, right? It's not.
one time only, but you can create a multiple origins as well. Like I told you, right? Same local can be connected to multiple remote repos.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
I'm leaving the quiz in the chat window. Okay, you can go through this. This
Oh.
is for today's
Preeti,
class.
I have a doubt.
Yes, please tell me.
Preeti, when we integrate one branch to another branch,
Hmm.
is it compulsory to be on the destination branch while merging?
Yes, we have to.
Compulsory, no?
Yes, in the new versions of Git, yeah, you should be on the
Yeah.
destination branch when you are
Actually,
merged.
yesterday I was trying now. So like,
Hmm.
if you on the on the destination branch, then only it will happen correctly.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it would not happen correctly.
Yes, you should be there on the destination branch.
Yeah.
Are you all seeing the quiz? I have sent the quiz page. Got the quiz link, everyone?
Yes.
Some of you are asking, this is how we added origin. If you want, you can add the same local to multiple origins by giving some other alias name like O1 or my repo, whatever, connect it to multiple repos. Clear, all of you?
In yesterday's quiz, there was one question regarding the question was like which command shows a graphical representation of Git branches?
Graphical representation of a okay, Git log graph. See, the
Yeah.
idea of giving those certain additional questions is you to explore and answer it, right? You can try it out. Git log graph should work. Means just it will show you the graphical format, like the connections it will show you.
Actually I did that, but I'm not able to understand like the structuring, like what it shows, like what it is showing, what does it
It would
means?
be, I believe it should be showing the map kind of. Do you have that command?
Yeah, I tried git log hyphen graph, right?
Let me try. If you have such questions in the quiz, you can also like post it in the group if you have any questions. Okay.
So
I'm sharing my screen. Can you all see this? See this kind of, this is the graphical format it means. From where the commit happened, some kind of graphical representation of commits.
So Priti, what does it like a yellow line and the green line and the red line?
The red line, I think it was showing, yeah, see here it was showing the origin main git commit. Let me check the log. Initially, these were from my remote repository and these were from the child, I believe. See here, it was with the author Preeti. This is coming from remote, right? And then this is coming from the current branch. See, it is showing you from where these were local changes, if you see. And this is from remote. It was showing you the history. And then I think it was showing something like the connection between these commits. Let's do one thing. If you need anything here, git log help. it will open the manual, right? Manual page, man page, because there will be so many subcommands. Okay, we don't generally use the graph and all, but yeah, anything you have, we can search here what it does. Graph. Right, in the following, we always refer to the sample history to illustrate differences between simplification settings. We assume that you are filtering for a file who in the commit graph. For a build history graph in the same way that full history with the parent rewriting does. It was showing the parent commits, child commits kind of. Tree same, resulting the tree. See this kind of tree it was showing. Draw a text-based graphical representation of the commit history on the left-hand side of the output. That's what is happening, right? This may cause extra lines to be printed in between commits in order for the graph history to be drawn properly. Cannot be combined with some other flag. It was just trying to show the commit history. It depends on how you visualize, depends on the operating system you are using also. It was trying to show the parents, any rewrite happened, kind of. We may not get complete clue over this, but some kind of graphical representation, the relation between the comments.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all from my end. Yes, tell me please.
Questions are mostly on stash command. Like I think we